everyone, I'm Elaine Reeder. Welcome to Imagination. Anybody that is a SpongeBob fan probably will recognize the imagination scene from SpongeBob. This class is about imagination. It is a fun, creative class. My hope is that we can get those creative juices flowing. I think that the biggest part of imagination, well, would be inspiration and creativity. And so how do we get that inspiration? How do we become creative? We will be practicing ways to be creative, practicing a lot of different types of advertising, and that will help us to think of different ways to be creative. I think one of the most difficult things is being asked by a client to come up with a plan or come up with a logo or come up with a commercial, and you're staring at a blank piece of paper. And you're like, I have to do this. I've got to be creative. All of a sudden, I have to use my imagination. Well, hopefully in this class, we'll practice using your imagination so you can call on that a little bit easier. We'll talk about how children have an imagination and what happens between the time that we're children and we become adults and we have less imagination. I'm going to ask you to be more childlike. So this class is project-based. You'll be creating projects, billboards and magazine covers and commercials and so forth. So the grade really comes from projects. 60% is projects, and we'll be having discussions, we'll be doing critique. So all of those kind of culminate together into your final grade. You'll see all of that on the syllabus, so I recommend that you read the syllabus. We won't have a book for the class. I'm trying to save everybody money. I have gathered a lot of information from the internet as well as library books. So you'll be checking out electronic books in the library, and that way you don't have to pay for a book. The course is asynchronous, so we don't have a specific meeting time each week. But I do want us to be a community, and I also want to communicate with you regularly. So I will set up a Slack channel, which is kind of like a text messaging system. I don't know if you've all used Discord or what you might have used, but we use Slack in my office, so it's just really easy to add Slack and add you all to the channel. I would highly recommend putting it on your phone because it's great if you are having inspiration or you're using your imagination and you're being creative and you want some help with it. You could send me a message through Slack, hey, this is what I'm thinking, what do you think? Or do you have any recommendations? And I can jump in and kind of help to move that creativity along, to get your imagination going. So I am available to you. I want to be part of the process from beginning to end. So I appreciate if you're wanting help, or if you just want to brainstorm or throw some ideas out there. I appreciate having you just send me a Slack message and say, hey, what do you think of this? I'm here as a resource for you. I have a background in graphic design. I have a BFA in graphic design. I have a master's degree in education, and I also have a PhD in learning technologies. So I'm here as a resource for you. You've put money towards your education, so you might as well take advantage of it. So please don't hesitate to contact me. Let's see, I mentioned it's a project-based course. You want to think about doing 7 to 8 hours of work a week for this course. Like I said, it's practice and it's projects, and we'll be doing a lot of discussion and feedback on those projects. What makes a good brainstorming technique? What makes a good commercial, or what makes a good advertising campaign? So we'll be communicating with one another, but you'll also be doing work on your own independently. There will be a group project. I know everybody complains, I hate group projects, but I think it's important for us to work together, especially in this field. I mean, art director, you have to work with people. Anything in the advertising world, you're working together. So we'll practice that a little bit too. Practice. That's the name of the game in this course. If you have any questions, reach out. Don't hesitate. And I'm looking forward to this. See you all online.